All right, so what do we feed our rabbits? It's a combination of things. We feed them all you can eat a la carte Modesto Milling pellets. Again, organic, because we eat those rabbits. We don't want to have any glyphosates, pesticides, herbicides, what have you, in the meat that we eat. And so we feed our animals the same quality food, I guess, that we would eat, organic and non-GMO. And so that's what we typically buy. We also feed them hay. In fact, they should be eating mostly hay because it's much less expensive. We buy from a local feed store just bales of Timothy second cut hay that we put in there in those self-made. Oh, there you go, our breeding buck. There's a litter down there right now. So hay, they have access to unlimited, and then pellets as well. We use them in those fine X feeders that they keep disassembling. And then the other thing we add to the feed is organic pumpkin seeds, because those pumpkin seeds have tannins that discourage the proliferation of parasites in the intestines. So we do that as well, and it's been working well so far as we can tell at least. And yeah, occasionally, obviously, we give them greens. We bring greens in here. If we have like a carrot or whatever the kids want to feed or don't eat anymore, we bring it in. But it's predominantly hay as well as the organic pellets. At least that's the case with our breeding stock, meaning the ones that are in here in those rabbit hutches, and we have 3 of those. For our mobile rabbit tractors, we have a slightly different approach. Let's walk over and I'll show you what we do there. Now, for our mobile rabbit tractors, where we put all the grow-outs, once they're 8-10 weeks old and stop nursing, they get into mobile rabbit tractors to reduce the manure load, obviously, in the hutches, and most importantly, to get them eat more grass and fewer pellets. Now, we're basically replacing hay with grass at this point, so they probably continue eating as much pellets as they would in the hutch. But nevertheless, we moved them out here, and they have access to whatever is growing. They are, selective of what they eat, and the bigger they get, the better they are at becoming lawnmowers. Those are still fairly young and fairly small, as you can tell. They do eat the grass, but it's not extensive yet. We're gonna walk up here in a second to the larger ones, and you can see the difference between where they were the day before, because we moved them every day, and the new patch, and how mowed down it really is. So let's walk up and check it out. So you can kind of tell here already, not only do they dig, but they also are pretty good at mowing. Again, they don't eat all the grass and everything, but the stuff they like, they mow down pretty well. As you can see here especially, this is where they were the day before and 2 days ago. I mean, it's flattened. You can see the soil come through, And so they're pretty good at eating whatever they can. But they also eat a ton of pellets, I should say. Now, one of the arguments with free feeding, pellets is, well, it's going to cost a lot of money, and it's true. But we don't have thousands of rabbits. We have maybe 30 rabbits max at a time. And the grow-outs in particular, we want them to eat as much as they can, so they grow as fast as they can, so we can butcher them sooner than later. With our breeding stock, there are times when they eat more, times when they eat less, but overall it's not gonna, I think it's for us, it's easier to just have the feeders full, not worry about it. We have yet to have a significantly obese rabbit. There is only one that's on the bigger side. All the other ones are maintaining their weight pretty well and eating as much as they need, but not more. And so that's the strategy we've been following. Of course, you can ration it out, but we figured it's just easier to let them figure it out. I mean, they are not influenced by any ads and commercials or whatever. They know what they need and how much to eat, and they seem to be pretty good with self-controlling their food intake. And yeah, that's what we do. Hay, pellets, and fresh pasture. That's our combination. It's been working fairly well. Now, of course, since our rabbits have more space to hop around and dig and be active, they grow slower than rabbits raised on wire, meaning in cages, but that's perfectly fine with us. We don't want to eat, obese fast-growing rabbits. We want to raise them as healthy as possible, which is almost impossible, I should say, with rabbits, because you would have to, you know, let them out and give them significantly more space and not be able to control them where they go, and, you know, and all of that. So by having them in larger enclosures, raised on pasture as much as possible, on deep litter where they can dig and burrow, you know, that's our approach to giving them as much of a natural environment as possible while still raising them for meat. It's obviously not the only approach. There are pros and cons to doing that, but we like it that way. We're going to keep it that way. And with that, we're going to wrap it up. I hope you like this video. Check out our other rabbit videos about colony raising, pros and cons, etc. And I hope I'll see you in the next video.